Here we are. We back again. We just had Coach Fortin on. Now we're going to go over to Coach Dunbar. Played St. Ray's last night. Wesley Bulldog head coach. How you doing, Coach?
What's up, Mikey? I'm doing well. Just got done watching film with the team of the game, driving back home to Providence area. But our boys fought hard last night. A couple plays, a couple mistakes that we made in the game, crucial mistakes. You know, when you're playing a great team like St. Ray's, you kind of have to play flawless and perfect. And we played hard. We had great effort, but obviously we didn't play perfect. But we still had an opportunity to win that football game.
No, you definitely did have an opportunity, and that says a lot. And you didn't play perfect. And St. Ray's needed all four quarters of that game to win.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most that Saints has been tested all year. I seen them play North Kingstown, a Division One team, even at the beginning of the season, and they handled those guys. And for most of our game, it was tight, back and forth, a lot of times in the second half. And obviously they sealed it at the end. But you know, definitely a great game, one of the best games I've had the opportunity to coach in from just a competitive standpoint. Playing a team of that caliber and being able to respond. I thought it was great.
Now, I compared this game to a couple years ago, the Moses Brown Westerly semifinals game with Coach Edwards last season. Phenomenal games. This was a classic. This
Yeah,
this was a classic.
definitely. It was definitely a classic. Went down to the wire. Both teams throwing haymakers. They had their guys making plays. Our kids responded, and made plays on both sides of the ball. Great coaching staffs on both sides. This is what playoff football is all about.
Are you heading down to the Classical Tolman game?
I'm actually not, but It's gonna be live streamed, right?
Yeah, it's live streamed right now. There's
Yeah.
no score. First quarter, 9:43. Classical has a second and two.
So what's the score right now? Is it no score?
Yeah, it just started.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, got.
it's live streamed on Fans Only Sports.
Yeah,
You had 1,100 people watching that game last night.
I seen that. I seen that. I actually went back and watched it this morning. On their page, on their YouTube page. I went back and watched the broadcast version of it. It was such a great game, man. It's
No,
like
I
just as
actually
somebody that loves football, it was a great game to watch. Obviously, there's a couple of these games now. Like we've had two really great games that we've lost. I think from a fan perspective, that was a class game to St. Ray's, but I think the program's moving in the right direction. Right direction. We have a great coaching staff, as you stated. We got some great young players. We got a lot of those guys coming back. We're gonna send off our seniors the right way. Thanksgiving when we play Stonington, we're gonna do everything we got to do to win that football game for them. And then it's back to the grind, man. But when I took this job at Westerly, it wasn't a short-term vision for me. This is a place that I can see myself for a long time. A football town. I'm a football guy. I think it's a great fit for me. Um, and I think the best is yet to come.
Yeah, I got a lot of phone calls this morning. Everyone knows I'm a little Wesley biased, and a lot of people are like, yo, credit to Coach Dunbar, man. What he did was amazing. And I said, and someone asked me, are you mad at this game? I said, I'm not mad at it. I said the way that them kids played, the way that staff played, to me, it's a win. You know what I mean? I would love to see you go on in the Super Bowl, but that game, it was an exciting game.
Yeah, Mikey. I mean, I'm driving. I might be in a tough spot. Every time I'm in this spot on the highway, for some reason, it always breaks up a little bit. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, yeah. Now I can. It's a little better. Yeah, I was
All right,
saying
cool.
that.
Yeah, so yeah, you can. Yeah, definitely, man. It's tough, man. I'm tired of losing these type of games. We lost a close one to Classical. We lost. Obviously, last night a close one to St. Ray's. Um, I think we just got to stick to our process and continue to work hard in the weight room. Continue to trust everything that we do as a football program. That was my message to the kids today. Is continue to trust our process because our process it works. And eventually these close games we're gonna start to come out on top when we start playing these teams late in the playoffs. We got a lot of guys. Now that you're eliminated from the playoffs. Obviously, we're focused on taking care of business on Thanksgiving, but you also start to think about a little bit the future, and we got some great guys that will be returning next year. In our quarterback, Lance Williams, Zach Tuck. We got a lot of linemen that's going to be coming back. Ben Gorman, who's only a sophomore. So I think the future's bright. We got a great coaching staff. Everybody brings something different to the table. We're gonna have a great off season after we take care of business on Thanksgiving, and we're just gonna continue to build.
Salute to you and your staff, and I think that's going to be a great game on Thanksgiving. And you're right, you do fit in well here, and I think it's going to be not long before you're at that championship game.
Yeah, and that's what I want. For real. Like that's what I want. I'm gonna be honest. I want to win one. I,
I know
I,
you
I
did.
feel like I wouldn't say I put my time in because I'm still a young coach, but I feel like I've taken my lumps as a young head coach, starting out at Coventry, playing in a tough division for 2 years, and trying to turn that program around. And they started at the bottom. When I took over, they were 0-11 the year before I got there. In my first year, we went 4-6, and we beat West Warwick on Thanksgiving for the first time in I think 13 years. Second year, we weren't a playoff team again, but we beat West Warwick 2 years in a row, and then I left after working with some of those kids for 2 years. I left a strong senior class, and I made a decision to come to Westerly, and I don't regret that decision at all, man. I just coaching this fall and seeing how that how Sal Jerry is at a home game, and that crowd and the band and the student section. It's just, man, this is a coach's dream, man, and this is what any high school coach would want. I feel like Westerly is one of the best coaching jobs in the state. So some people say that I walked away from a championship, but I don't regret my decision at all. I'm happy that I decided to come to Westerly. I think it's a good fit for me. Westerly's passionate about football. I'm somebody that's passionate about football, and I'm excited to continue to work with our kids on and off the field, and get to know people in the community. And I'm excited about the future of Westerly football.
You talk about all that excitement, the energy in the field, and then you add Najee Barrels to this equation,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
it's
man.
even.
Najee is he's a great man. First off, just as a person, he's a great brother, somebody that I trust, loyal dude off the field. And then when it comes to his coaching, I know a lot of people see all the hype and him getting the kids hyped up, but just from a Monday through Thursday aspect, from a game plan and a technical aspect, he's one of the best offensive line coaches in the state. So I know you guys see the masks and the chains and all that on game day, but throughout the week when it comes to getting our offensive line ready to go, Najee's one of the best in the business from a tactical aspect and a technical aspect of teaching the technique of offensive line play. So he's great. And then when you add the fact that he brings that juice on game day and hypes our boys up, he's a key member of my coaching staff and somebody I hope is with me along this journey for a long time.
And one player said, "Best coach I ever had,"
Yep.
about
Yeah.
Coach Najee.
Hey, he's like I said, he's one of the best in the business. Our offensive linemen love him. Our entire team loves him, man. He's a great fit for everything we do, and we're happy to have him.
Well, Coach Dunbar, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Good luck to you on Thanksgiving. And I look forward to the upcoming season, man. It's almost time to get back in the gym, start doing it all over again.
Yes, sir. That's the grind, man. That's the beauty of it.
I'm
It's just rinse
excited,
and repeat,
man.
man. It's crazy. It's
Um,
just rinse and repeat.
nah, that's it, man. Salute to you. Division two. I think the next couple of years, I think it's gonna get pretty interesting. So
I
stay
hope. I
tuned.
know there's gonna be a realignment, man. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I
Yep.
know there's
Every
gonna be
yeah.
a
It's
realignment. So I
yeah.
mean,
This year.
we'll see what happens. Based off our enrollment, we don't even have 800 kids in our school. We have about 700 and something kids in the school. It's not a big school. We haven't won any championships. So I mean,
No, I
I'm
don't see
hoping that
Wesley
I'm hoping they
leaving.
keep us in D2.
Yeah. We'll see what's going to happen. I think you'll stay in D2. I think there's certain teams that just they don't move, and the West Warwicks, the Westerlies, but we will see. I don't know. The league does stranger things. But yeah, definitely good luck to all the teams playing tonight. Coach Blake got a big game tonight.
Sure.
The Tolman, Coach DeLaren's big game. Did you hear they're gonna build one Pawtucket High School? What do you think about that? Since you played a team from the bucket last night.
I actually did hear about that. I work at a middle school in Providence, and one of the guys that I work with is a Pawtucket guy. And he's pretty close to what's going on in Pawtucket. And he's the one that told me about it. I mean, if they was to have one high school, there's obviously a lot of talent in Pawtucket. If you put it all on one team, I would have to imagine it would be one of the top teams in the state of Rhode Island. You get
That
the
would,
right coach
yeah,
in there.
definitely.
You get the right coach in there. You get the right support around the program. I'm
If you
sure they'll
do
be able to
that,
do some
you
great things. I
yeah,
mean,
you
but at
gotta
the
put
end of the
them.
day, as you know, it's all about who's running the show.
That's right. That's right. Salute to you, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to you. You put them one high school. You got Pawtucket D1 every spot.
yeah, you got to, because I'm sure that would be one of the biggest schools, and they'd have a lot of talent. So that would be very interesting.
And they got great coaches up there too, combined.
They do. It's
Touche
just
Raiders.
like who becomes the head guy if there's one high school.
I would have to. I would, if I was picking. I think I would say the Tolman coach.
Yeah, I
I
think Coach DeLawrence would do a great job. I just don't know like how do you decide who becomes the head coach?
well, Coach Camp's been there a long time, and he's also with the athletic director as well. So and he probably wouldn't mind handing it over. And I'm sure Mike Murray would be on the staff. A long time Pawtucket guy, and you know they have great
See, when I
staffs.
was
Just
when I was growing up and went to St. Ray's, I don't know, like the Pawtucket kind of is split. They kind of beef.
yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
it's Bucket West versus Bucket East. So I'm sure some of those kids from the other side of the tracks, you'd have to bring them together and kind of talk to them type of stuff. Because I'm sure
Yeah,
there would
that's
be a lot
always.
of in the school. There'd be a lot of problems.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna put all that into perspective. People see what happens, but I think it's a great idea. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mike Washington today. Good luck on his game, Coach Ferraro. They have a tough game. That's going to be streamed as well. The Central Burrville game. I think it's also streamed right now. Actually.
I think they start at 1.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. 1 o'clock. But, all right, Coach Dunbar, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Coach Dunbar, man, came on every game this week, and he said early in the season when he took that tough loss against St. Ray's, he said, I ain't going to duck no smoke. But right now, let's see, no score in the classical game right now. That game is actually on Fans Only Sports. So you can go check that out, fansonlysports.com. Another game starts at 1 over there. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. All right, thank you.